know what I'm sitting here thinking? In a situation like this where people done did so much black magic, I saying to myself, not so much, well, a lot of black magic, yeah, but this ancient black magic make you wonder how powerful those people really was back in the day. Because people were throwing around magic like kids throw around toys. So obviously they knew how to get rid of it as soon as you put it on them. I wish we knew that today. That'd be good if God gave us that. But I was saying in this kind of situation where they can warp the energy in the spiritual, all you could do is read your Bible. Whatever Bible that is. I mean, as long as it's guidebook, you got many out there though. You got the Ethiopian, you got the Quran, King James. All you could do is stand up in your power, man. Now, when the energy is warped, we gotta look at this in depth. When the energy is warped, that means readers getting wrong information. You really ain't, it's just warped. I had to learn that because my information do that. And it ain't got no reason to be warped. But God visited me. And God said, the spirits here are backwards. In other words, he was saying they warped. In other words, he was saying, look at it back. I'm so glad God visited me. God visited me like probably 6-7 months ago. And he said that to me. He said the spirits here are warped. Backwards. So when your energy is supposed to tell you right, but they're telling you wrong, I had to learn, it's the opposite. Temporarily, until God fits and work all this stuff out. Now I see why black magic is so forbidden. But I'm just glad that I was understanding about it as much as I possibly could be. And I already know, like, the people who got attacked that was trying to come in my end, I know it ain't y'all fault. And I was not being disrespectful about saying the glove thing. I'm just trying to give y'all a heads up. Because I know y'all love your soul. If you conduits and you angels, you love your soul. And I know if you want to save anything, you want to save your soul. And I told y'all not to come in this energy, but you did anyway, and I appreciate it. But you risk yourself. This is ancient magic. It's real now. I didn't even think magic was real till 5 years ago. I was minding my business, working, doing my own thing. But it was some things I needed answers to that been going on with me my whole life, and I never knew why. So I had to search for it. I'm telling y'all, in this situation, when I realized the warped energy, my life started getting better. I started feeling better, looking better, and doing better. Immediately, I started healing myself from things I've been doing my whole life because I thought the energy was on my side, and it's supposed to be on my side. The problem is somebody manipulated the energy to look like me, another energy to look like me, and they did a great job at it. And they had to utilize a lot of tools. They had to manipulate a lot of twins and flames. They had to manipulate a lot. Somebody went above and beyond. Some group of people went above and beyond. A covenant of people went above and beyond. A church people went above and beyond. I know about you church people too. Not all churches, a particular church, a group of people. I know about that. Y'all better listen to them stories then real good what I said. When I told y'all I seen this preacher in this congregation in hell. See, the stuff I seen in hell was forthcoming probably. God showed me the future. And I know y'all like saying, put it on anime then. I think it's beautiful, it's very interesting. And by the grace of God, I ain't never had nobody my whole life. And for some apparent reason, the people who knew they were finna sacrifice me knew not to treat me good. And that right there was probably the best thing they could have did for me. Because I ain't missing nothing. I thank God. I'm thanking God for all these opportunities. This knowledge, this understanding, this stuff. We normally see stuff like this on movies. Isn't it exciting to know that we are part of something like this and God is taking care of it? Like, you crazy? They just took your root chakra away. It's cool though, because I wasn't using it anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's fine, bro. The bigger thing is you really think they took my root chakra? Or they did spell work on my root chakra to break me down? You think God let them do that to break me down? I'm God's child, man. God let them do that so we can figure out how often they done been breaking down people, how many people done been hurt by this. This spell, to get rid of this spell for once and for all. To stop this. Like I said, on the women, I'm not sure, but I think y'all, when they do spell work on y'all, they give y'all fractures. They tighten y'all, and they do spell work on y'all ribbon to affect the man that's finna deal with y'all. And in other words, the man don't wanna be with y'all. This stuff gotta be released. So I'm glad God used me as a tool. That's what I was used for. To find these people doing these tension spells, these choking spells, these rolling spells, these tuck and roll spells. My God, man, thank God for this moment. You know how many people hurt? You know how many people lost their families? You know how many families were destroyed? Whoever started this probably couldn't stop it once they started it. And it ain't just this has been going on for a long time around the world. We solved this case, we solved many of them. So we gotta just thank God for it. Some people say speculation. This sure is a lot of knowledge and speculation there. It sure is a lot of knowledge. Like I said, to the angels out there, I'm sorry. May you forgive me. Because you tried to come here and save me. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to embarrass y'all, and I'm not being disrespectful, but I know y'all angels, and I know if you are an angel, you definitely love your soul, and I want you to have the same opportunity that I got to save your soul, because if the energy warped, it's like we warrior angels, okay? If the energy warping, you already warrior angels. My tree is warrior angels. The females that was coming to me, y'all warrior angels. So who are you expecting to tell you to do better? So if it's something going on in the astro, if it's something going on in the spiritual, then you should know better if something is going wrong in the spiritual. And that's why we got to thank God for these Bibles. God been teaching the same sermon for thousands of generations. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. We got to thank God for these books, like the movie Eli. But Denzel, they wanted one book in that whole world. They wanted one book out of everything they could have had, out of everything they could have wanted. They just wanted one book. Everybody was chasing this book. The evil of the evil was chasing this book. They needed this book. They wanted this book because this book bring order. This book bring common sense. This book brings back structure. floor plans, foundations. Go and sit down and ask yourself, when you go to prison or you go to jail, it's a Bible everywhere. Now, I want everybody to sit still for a second, just for 10 seconds, and think how the world will be if you get rid of every Bible. It will be total chaos. You wouldn't be able to come outside if you wanted to. And people say, you wouldn't even be able to come, I ain't gonna say it. You wouldn't even be able to come outside if you wanted to. Well, yeah, I will. People will call you out your name and they say he weak though, and he this and that. No, I'm not. I know better. You're saying I'm weak because I don't want to hang with a bunch of sinners. I know that the world is perverse in its most perverse ways. The most perverse it ever been today. And you never know what to expect and who you are dealing with. So if you want to call me weak for taking care of myself, then I'll be weak. If you want to call me weak for working for myself, then I'll be weak. If you want to call me weak for not contaminating myself, then I'm going to be weak. If you want to call me weak for loving myself, then I'll be weak. If you want to call me weak for truly loving God, then I'm going to be weak. The weakest person you ever met in your life. Because this is how I feel. The test was not my duty. Maybe I supposed to have participated in it for the limited time that I participated in it, but it was not my duty. My duty is, if angels, if relics or whatever made angels start attacking the light, then you know if angels, warrior angels, is attacking the light, you can only imagine what the world is doing. So my job and my duty is to be in my higher self so God can work through me to work out these problems. But y'all didn't hear that though. Oh, you didn't hear that though, did you? My job is to be in my higher self so God can work through me to work out these problems. Now, if God want me to do this test, God has let me know when to do this test. God ain't telling me to do no test. My grandma told me to do the test. And my grandma, God is also the one that told me my grandma is the reason that I've been stuck like this. This magic was done on me years ago. So I'm not blaming the new energy. I actually apologize because I know y'all was trying to come here to help me. Y'all got caught up in this perverse energy. Well, you got caught up in purgatory. It's perverse everywhere. And I can only imagine, bro. Go try your cards out. Y'all gonna probably notice it. Especially if you stepped into this energy. You're gonna probably notice, wait a minute, something is wrong. Cards telling me this is not what it is though. Especially if you truly know the truth. Just go test it. If you know me and you know the person that's doppelganging me, and you know the person who destiny swapped with me, and you know the people who are gang stalking me, then you already know what your energy should say. So test your cards, test your energy. And if you part of my tree, you got every right to do that. Don't test God, test your energy. Make sure your energy is steering you in the right direction. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. God's sermons, God's lectures, God's teaching been the same teaching for thousands of generations. Why would it change today? So if this was a movie, it went on entirely too long. If it's a cast watching, y'all should know better. I understand now, but being a producer or being a leader in that kind of position, you should be the one to tell everybody, okay, this is the limit that this gonna go, because this is just a movie. We don't need this to get this long. We don't need this to be this long. We don't need this to get out in the world. Other people gonna try to do this. This is perverse. This is not of God. And if people are tools and they playing a role for God, that's their job. People, you put stuff like this out in the world, and then people gonna think, oh, well, they doing it, I can do it. You can't do what a tool do. We don't know what the tools is supposed to do. I'm a tool, and I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do. But I know since I don't know what to do, I'm gonna do what God told me to do and what I know that God expect me to do. And if I got to die, I wanna die doing what God told me to do. And if I supposed to did something that I'm thinking that God told me to do, but was really not something that God would typically tell somebody to do, I don't want to go out. If Jesus came in the thief of the night, I don't want Jesus to catch me doing that test. I don't want Jesus to know I even had anything to do with that test. So if Jesus came in the thief of the night, I don't want to have nothing to do with that black magic. I don't want to have nothing to do with none of this stuff they got going on, none of that low vibrational stuff. I work hard to get right here with God. I might be just a tool. My grandma told me that. You ain't nothing but a tool anyway. One of the main people I loved in my whole life told me that. I ain't have but really 3 people to love in my life. And imagine and I still love her the same. None of my love changed from my grandma. I cried instantly when she said that, and I don't cry easy. You ain't been in my house, you ain't never seen me cry. And if you have, it was just for God, and you can count them on one hand. And you've been in my house for years with these cameras, or satellites, or whatever. When my grandma told me that, I was complaining to my grandma. That was during the time she was dying. And she was passing on. She was on hospice. She said, you ain't nothing but a tool. That's what she told me. Immediately, instantly, a tear dropped my eyes. And it wasn't because I was upset with it. It wasn't because I was mad at her. It was because she was right, and I understood. This is why my life been so horrible. But I still took it out of context because it really wasn't supposed to be horrible. God don't never create nobody to suffer. It was all that black magic. It was all that stuff they did. They turned me into their type of tool. I was supposed to be God's tool, not their tool. And now today I understand it even more. That's a great thing to be. So this is what, if I'm a tool, then may God please forgive me if I'm supposed to be a tool for that test. But I'm going to choose to be a tool that's elevated in my higher self so God can work through me to fix this mess. I don't want my brother to come like a thief in the night and I'm doing that test. I can only imagine dying and going on the other side, being a laughing stock. Man, you know who you is. You know who you supposed to be down there. You down there doing that silly test. You really think God that weak to where he can't find his pieces? He can't find his relics? The creator who created it all, the universe? You think God can't find this black magic? Who doing the black magic, this ancient magic? Not only have God found it, but God is already working on it. So if my father gonna kill me, if my father gonna come and get me, and it's time for me to go, he ain't gonna catch me doing something low vibrational. I'm sorry, folks. That ain't the way this gonna go. You know why I say it's not gonna go that way? Because I did it temporarily. And in the little time that I did it, I seen people get hurt. I seen family be destroyed. I seen good people go bad. I seen angels be dismantled, tore apart. Almost as if it was overnight. And that's when I said, ain't no way my father would let something like this be all right. Ain't no way God will let something like this be okay. If my tree is warrior angels, we should understand when something is going wrong in the spiritual. We should know when something is wrong in the spiritual, and we should know better. Some of y'all, I knew this when y'all came. You even came by my house. You know exactly where I'm at. And you looked to the stars and looked to the skies. You said, I'm sorry. You said my name. You said, I'm sorry, such and such. And took that dollar and changed on me. You took that currency and you changed on me. You flipped on me. You did me wrong and never met me. You hurt me and never met me. You stabbed me and never met me. And I forgive y'all for that. But I want God's will to be done in all of this. But I will say this again. I'm not being disrespectful to none of y'all out there, because I know you tried to come and help me. I forewarned you, but even though I warned you, I'm still going to apologize for it. I try to tell y'all that these people, I can hear them wailing, like my float be wailing, because it ain't got no gas in it. I can hear them wailing. I can hear their souls from cells saying, let me out. Regretting what they done, wishing they never done it, while their flesh is still in the physical, walking around. Scared to death, can't sleep. Grown people. Way older than me. Scared to death. Done slaughtered all this energy. Scared to death. Done destiny swapped and warped this energy. Scared to death. Because they realizing my role to play in life was far more greater than buying a car. My role to play in life was far more greater than buying a house. My role to play in life was far more greater than dancing. My role to play in life was far more greater than drawing and doing these lectures. We just decapitated evolution. So you stole the lecture, you stole the book, you stole this, you stole that, and you stole this, and you stole that, and you stole this, and you stole that, and you still don't know what I was put here to actually do. And then you wasted the time and the energy. The time that God was truly utilizing the energy. When I was in my prime, you wasted that. Laughing and partying, party after party, collaborations, celebrations for decapitating the light of God. Wasted so much time, and then you poisoned yourself. You contaminated yourselves. And now you gotta dig to heal yourselves. I'm gonna say this one more time and I'm gonna let you go. When have God ever taught us, we got the books, we got enough knowledge? When have God ever told us to do these sorts of things that Jesus died on the cross for us not to do? Let me tell you something. I should be hurt more than anybody. Because somebody swapped with me and I supposed to have the light of my brother Jesus Christ and got treated like that. But I seen this person get treated like that. I watched this person get treated like that. And this person was a complete monster. Still to this day, I see female. I ride down the road with this person. A long time ago, I rode down the road with this person. And I seen one of my favorite exes waving out the window. She wanted to put her whole body out the window to wave at this person.